رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to my channel, The Tranquil Soul. In our previous episode, we reflected on one important question. If Allah created us for the purpose of worship, then what role do our emotions play in fulfilling that purpose? Inshallah, today we will begin by addressing that question by asking something even simpler. What exactly is an emotion? Now, when most of us hear this word, we immediately think of words like happy, sad, angry, mad. But emotions are actually more than simply a feeling. And so I like to use what I call an emotional pyramid to explain this. Some of you have already seen the infographic on my WhatsApp channel, Your Muslim Therapist. And you can subscribe to that channel by clicking on the link in the description below. Okay, so Bismillah. So this emotion pyramid, and it's just easier to understand. Pyramid, the emotion pyramid is not a technical name for it. It just makes it easy to remember, hopefully, inshallah. So thoughts, physiological response. This is internal. So this is what happens within our body, right? And then you have the behavior. This is the external. This is what we see on the outside. Now, together, these three parts, they make what we call an emotion, right? An emotional experience. Let's look at an example, right, to better understand this. So say you send someone an important message. Now, a few minutes later, you notice that they're online. So you're expecting a response, obviously, right? But 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes pass, 30 minutes pass, and then an hour passes. They're still online, but they have not replied. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think everything's going to experience the same emotion? Probably not, right? So let's use this pyramid to understand why. So the first part is our thoughts, right? Let's say there are three different scenarios. One person might think, oh, they're ignoring me, right? The other might think, er, did I do something wrong? And then the third person might think, they're probably just busy, right? Notice something interesting. The situation hasn't changed, right? The situation's still the same. You're still waiting for a reply. But the only thing that's different is the interpretation of the situation. Next comes our physiological response. So say you're going with, I think they're ignoring me. Then your heart might race, right? Heart races. There might be a knot in your stomach. You might notice some tension, some restlessness, etc. If you are thinking they're probably just busy, so let's see number 3. If you're thinking that one, so this has to do with number 1, right? And if you're thinking number 3, they're probably just busy, then your body's just going to stay calm. Now let's see what's going to happen here. So for number 1, if you're thinking they're probably ignoring me, what's going to happen? You might probably just check your phone every 5 minutes, right? You might just pace back and forth, right? Or you might actually send another message. Send another message, right? I hope you can understand my writing. Okay, so the person, number 3, right? They're probably just busy. They remain calm. They might just put their phone away, continue with life, right? Forget about it, right? They're not gonna constantly hyperfixate on the situation. The same situation, different thoughts, different physical responses, different behaviors. And that is the emotion pyramid. Inshallah, I will share another infographic specifically related to physical responses to help you to start recognizing them, inshallah. So let's sum it up. What is an emotion? An emotion is the interaction between thought, right? Physiological responses. Uh, just gonna make it a little neat. Okay, thoughts, physiological responses, and behavior. Or, you could also just think of it as a dance, right? Dance between the three: thoughts, physical responses, and behavior. And it is a very halal dance, inshallah. So, the more we understand this interaction, the better we begin to understand ourselves. And when we better understand ourselves, we are in a much better position to respond in ways that are pleasing to Allah. So, it goes back to what? Self awareness. So, time for the tranquil soul reflection. As I was preparing this episode, there was this verse that I kept thinking about. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is within themselves. And as I was pondering upon this verse, I couldn't, uh, I couldn't help but think about what we just learned, right? If meaningful change begins with ourselves, then the first step is to become aware of what is happening within us, right? What am I thinking? What is my body telling me? How am I responding? So, again, for me, this verse creates a sense of urgency and responsibility, right? Which to work towards self awareness, right? The idea is self awareness, the goal. Because how can I change what is within myself if I don't even know what is happening, right? So, personally, and Allah knows best, I like to think of emotional awareness as more than just a psychological skill. It is an essential tool to help us to worship better, inshallah. The more I understand what's happening within me, the better equipped I am to change what needs changing for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so this week's challenge, every week we're going to do a different challenge, right? So this week's challenge, actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to reframe that. This episode's challenge is called the emotion dance. The next time you notice a strong emotion, pause for just a moment and ask yourself, what was I thinking? What happened in my body? How did I respond? So just notice the dance between these three components, right? No judgment. Just be curious, right? Just research. Remember, just research. Just be curious. You may be surprised by what you discover. If you would like to continue this journey with us throughout the week, I would love for you to join my Your Muslim Therapist WhatsApp channel. There, we explore mental health education alongside my personal spiritual reflections through practical exercises, weekly reminders, and opportunities to apply what we're learning together. You will find the link, as I said it before, you'll find the link in the description below. Next episode, inshallah, we will address another question. We will discuss the difference between emotion and feeling. May Allah benefit us through what He has taught us, teach us what will benefit us, and increase us in beneficial knowledge. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.